Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This episode is brought to you by my course, Rest Assured. If you've been struggling with falling asleep, or staying asleep, or just not waking up feeling well rested, you've come to the right place. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, or CBTI, is the gold standard intervention in the management of insomnia. Rest Assured is a digital course that walks you through CBTI, step by step, with everything you need to succeed. Each of the 6 weekly modules guides you through some important background information for the different techniques, explores the evidence based techniques in detail, provides multiple examples of exercises so you can find the one that works for you, and reviews the work you've completed since the last module. And Rest Assured is just not another DIY left to your own devices, but rather, you get direct access to me, a board certified sleep physician, in twice monthly office hours, where you can ask me face to face any questions you may have about the course material. So check out www.wellrestedmd.com/RA to learn more. That's wellrestedmd.com/RA, or just head to the homepage and click on courses to learn more. Enjoy the episode. Hey there, friends and neighbors. You're listening to the Well Rested Podcast, episode number 36, Progressive Muscle Relaxation. I'm your host, Dr. Joshua Lennon. As sophomores in high school, a friend and I wrote and recorded a song for health class all about a relaxation exercise that can play an integral role in getting to sleep. And yes, it was a terrible song. In this week's episode, I'll review a little bit about the benefits of this particular exercise and an example of how to execute it yourself. As part of an assignment on best practices for the role of physical exercises in enhancing mental health strategies, a buddy and I wrote a little ditty about a practice called progressive muscle relaxation and all its benefits. Today, it's something that we commonly recommend to patients struggling to fall asleep in the first place. So what is progressive muscle relaxation? Progressive muscle relaxation, or PMR, is an exercise of progressively contracting, then relaxing isolated muscle groups. In a minute, I'll walk you through one way of doing this practice. PMR can help in a few different ways. First, it can help with attention. If, like most people, you find your brain just skipping around from one thing to another, whether or not you'd consider that bothersome mind racing, a practice like PMR helps to strengthen your concentration skills. By focusing on that action, both the active and passive activity of the muscles, you are practicing focus. Counting out the time of contraction and relaxation helps this as well. Focusing on the feelings and sensations of the muscle, both in its tense form and loose form, also reinforce mindful presence. It literally engages you with your body in the present moment, and every time that you do it, it helps to weaken the automaticity of getting lost in your thoughts about what already happened or what is yet to be. So every time each muscle contracts, every time each muscle relaxes, your focus is sharpened on the experience itself. Simple, easy, no tools required method for improving concentration and attention. Because remember, just as discussed in episode 24, these mental faculties are content naive. So whether you could benefit from better concentration on studying, or desire to be more attentive when conversing with your loved ones, or want to be a more attentive driver on the road, any practice of mental attention is applicable to any of these scenarios. Improving the skill of attending to your muscles also improves your skill of attending to your studies, your conversation partners, and your driving, and so much more. Reducing your tendency to distraction in one specific setting also helps to reduce your tendency to distraction in all other settings. So if you're feeling easily distracted, poorly focused, foggy-brained, pulled off task by every little squirrel, then exercise and improving attention will help, and PMR certainly meets that criteria. Less distraction, less mind racing, more focus, more clear thoughts, that will clearly improve one's ability to get to sleep. The second mechanism by which progressive muscle relaxation can facilitate your sleep is the actual experience itself, the ability to experience that physical relaxation. First, by contracting muscle, we know firsthand by direct experience the sensation of tension, of feeling contracted, feeling that stress. One of the key benefits of mindful attention is to be able to link physical sensations with mental experience. When we are blind to them, any sensation we may attribute to hunger, or a need to engage in some escape behavior, or fly into a fit of rage or pit of despair. When we have mindful attention and a physical sensation is experienced, the better we can identify the physical sensation, the less we are drawn into the mental story that tries to escape it. Knowing the sensation of cramping, knowing the sensation of aching, knowing the sensation of hunger, knowing the sensation of satiation, these are critical to be able to respond appropriately rather than react blindly and unskillfully. So the act of tensing a muscle, feeling that sensation, having direct visual confirmation of what is happening, that bodily experience can now be better labeled in your brain. Otherwise, we may freak out about some sensation we haven't appreciated before, or we don't fully understand and react in ways that may not be helpful. Knowing and understanding tension is the first step. The second step of PMR is to intentionally relax that same muscle that was just contracted. That feels great after even just limited prolonged contraction. It provides obvious relief. In experiencing the loosened muscle state, visualizing that muscles in that relaxed state helps again to solidify and reinforce the mental experience of relaxation with the physical state of being relaxed. After such tight muscle contraction, the only place to go is towards greater relaxation. So if you believe you're the type of person who can never sit still, can never relax, this is one way to basically force relaxation, because any muscle state following that forced prolonged tension can only be one of greater relaxation. And the more you do it, the greater relaxation you'll experience. This contrast is key. You are literally embodying tension, then literally embodying relaxation. As you let go of the muscle contraction, there is a direct felt experience of tension and stress falling away. Sometimes it's hard for us to remember what being relaxed even feels like, and directly and sharply contrasting muscle loosening immediately after muscle tension makes that abundantly clear. This contrast doesn't just reinforce the embodied knowledge of stress relief and tension release, but also can make clear how different these two states are. It becomes very clear that stress, tension, the physical contraction of muscles, this is an active process. Your body, your muscles have to perform work to contract those muscles. There is energy expended to have stress. Tension is an active state. By contrast, it becomes very clear that relaxation is a passive state. It occurs from the absence of effort, the absence of work. Relaxed is the natural default state. There must be some intentional active obliteration of the natural state of rest to experience that tension. Stress requires effort. Relaxation just involves letting go. Tension requires active work. Relaxation is the passive default. This difference, this felt experience between contracting muscles and relaxing them becomes stronger and stronger the more you engage in PMR. And the stronger this notion becomes that relaxed is where you belong, relaxed is the default, that without interference, without active effort to cause tension, you will be relaxed. Progressive muscle relaxation has been shown recently in a 2020 study to improve migraine headaches. With an average of just 11 minutes a day, couple days a week, individuals saw a significant reduction in migraine-related disability. A 2020 randomized control trial showed that just 3 days of PMR helped to reduce anxiety and improve the quality of sleep among patients in a burn unit. A 2018 study demonstrated that among individuals with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, that 8 weeks of PMR improved physical fatigue levels, improved sleep quality, improved the time it takes to fall asleep after getting into bed, improved the total duration of sleep, and improved overall sleep efficiency, which is how much time in bed was spent actually asleep. Among patients who just underwent a lung resection for a variety of indications, a 2018 randomized trial demonstrated that twice daily PMR for 1 week was associated with a significant improvement in sleep quality, improvement in daytime sleepiness, and improvement in overall quality of life compared to the usual post-op care. A 2017 randomized controlled trial of postmenopausal women with insomnia demonstrated that 8 weekly sessions of PMR significantly improved insomnia severity, cutting it in half on average. Since the pandemic hit a year ago, there have been several studies looking at PMR during this public health emergency. One study of 80 individuals admitted to a COVID hospital last spring were assigned to usual care versus PMR. Progressive muscle relaxation significantly improved scores of anxiety, depression, and sleep quality in these COVID-19 patients compared to usual care alone. Another 2020 randomized controlled trial of COVID-19 patients looked at PMR for 30 minutes a day for 5 days. After just 5 days of PMR, the researchers saw that anxiety was significantly improved and sleep quality was significantly improved. And yet another 2020 randomized controlled trial of COVID-19 patients demonstrated that doing progressive muscle relaxation twice a day for 5 days among those in outpatient management of COVID-19 resulted in significant drops in anxiety scores and significant improvement in sleep quality. So let's walk through an example of progressive muscle relaxation. First, find a comfortable position, either sitting or laying down. Take a couple deep breaths to settle in. You can do this one side at a time or both simultaneously. With your arms held out and your palms open, first flex your fingers down, almost like you're waving goodbye. Contract those finger muscles, so your fingers are squeezed tight against the palm of your hand. And now count slowly to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now relax those muscles in your fingers. You can shake your hands out if you need to, just try to get them as loose and wiggly as possible. Just try to get those fingers as floppy as you can. Relax those muscles as much as you possibly can for 10 seconds. Next, we move to the thumbs. So hold your thumb out straight like you're giving a thumbs up, and then contract the thumb down at the knuckle so that the tip of the thumb is basically pointed towards your palm. Now hold that contracted position again for 10 seconds. 1 through 10, nice and slow. And then after 10 seconds, relax your thumbs. Shake your hands out. Just let them be as loosey-goosey as possible. Making them as relaxed as you possibly can, again count to 10. Next we move to the whole fist. Ball up your hand as tight as you possibly can. Really squeeze that fist closed. Contracting those muscles as strong as you can. Again, slowly count to 10. 1, all the way to 10. Then open your hands, open up those palms, shake out your hands, and try to make your hands as loose as they possibly can. Again, now count all the way to 10, nice and slow. Next, we move on to the wrists. Flex your wrists down. Hold them there in that contracted position. Squeeze as tight as you can, flexing those wrists. And again, slowly count to 10, 1 through 10. Then after 10 seconds of holding that pose, relax your wrists. Shake them out. Get them as relaxed as you possibly can. Next, let's try extending your wrists. So hold your arms out and extend your wrists backwards, like you're revving a motorcycle. Hold your wrists all the way back. Keep them extended. Nice and tight, and again, count all the way to 10. Slowly, 1 through 10. And after 10 seconds of holding that extended pose in your wrists, now relax your wrists once again. Get them as loose as you possibly can. Shake them out if you need to. And again, slowly count 1 through 10. Next, we move to the elbows. Flex your arms at the elbows. Really get them nice and tight, almost to the point of experiencing a cramp. With those elbows really flexed, now slowly count all the way to 10. 1, all the way to 10. Then after 10 seconds of holding that pose, relax your elbows. Nice and loose. Just let them dangle. Get those muscles as loose as you possibly can. With progressive muscle relaxation, you can work on individual muscle groups, like just the fingers, just the left side, just the right side. You can do both sides simultaneously. You can work outward in, like from the fingers, to the wrists, to the elbows, to the shoulders. You can work top down, like your brow, and your chin, and your jaw, down to your neck, to your shoulders, to your core, then down to the legs. You can do just some muscles at a time, like only the legs, only the arms, only the core. The order and the muscle groups don't matter nearly as much as this experience of contracting the muscles, focusing on that contraction, and then relaxing those muscles. You can do this in 5-minute increments. You can do this for 20 minutes straight. You can do it for 1 minute at a time, a couple times a day. Simple, it's easy. It can be done when no one is looking. It can be done when you're in public. So to summarize, progressive muscle relaxation is a great practice to engage in. PMR has been shown to significantly improve anxiety, depression, and especially sleep. It improves sleep in people of all ages. PMR improves sleep in people with multiple comorbidities, including COVID-19. By focusing on tensing and then relaxing muscles, you hone your attention skills. Better attention, less aimless mind wandering. By alternating muscle contraction with release, you literally embody a state of relaxation. You know firsthand by this practice what tension and stress feel like, and you know firsthand what release, relaxation, and relief feel like. And in that contrast, you also experience that tension requires active effort, not necessarily conscious effort, but relaxation is passive. That letting go of tension is a simple, passive state. Feeling better focused, feeling more physically relaxed, recognizing and reinforcing your own ability to take control of your own relaxed state, this is all to help facilitate your ability to fall asleep and wake feeling well rested. So be sure to hit subscribe in your favorite podcast player to get all the latest episodes. Leave us a review and head over to wellrestedmd.com for more information. Thanks for listening.